how's it going? So this was a video that was actually requested by a viewer, and this is my least used Happy Planner products. So this is not saying that I like these products any more or less than any other products that I currently have. It's just the things that I traditionally don't use in my spreads as often as other things. So let me share with you what things I don't use that often. So the first thing is these sticker rolls. I absolutely adore these. I love the idea of these, but I feel like trying to use them is a bit challenging for me. So I've seen other girls come up with really good systems for how to use these, but so I don't know. When I'm planning, I have limited time, and oh, this box is gonna break. I've had this for a while. So I have limited time, and so like trying to look for a sticker can be challenging for me sometimes. So when I'm using these, so what you have to do is you take the sticker roll or whatever, and then you have to kind of look through and like find which sticker you want to use. They're all great stickers. They're all Mambi stickers. Like it's got like a monthly box there and a checklist, like all great stuff that I would use, but just the format of the sticker roll just didn't work super well for me. So if I do need a particular shade of sticker or something, I will use them, or if there's something specific that I'm looking for and I have time to kind of like look around, then I will use them, but they are definitely on my least used list. So they're very cute. No shade to the sticker rolls. If you love the sticker rolls and you have a good way for like keeping them or how to use them, feel free to let me know that down in the comments below and I will give it a shot. The next thing on my least used list are these washi books. Now, when these came out, I had to have them. I loved them. I love how they are kind of like sectioned out into different color palettes. I love that it makes storing washi really easy. They lay really flat, so you don't necessarily have to figure out a way to store washi. I do love that. They're just not something that I reach for in my spread because I don't typically use washi that often. If I reach for these, the things that I'm looking for are like these little things, or like the functional items that are in here, or what else, like the full boxes. I will reach for and look for those sometimes. So I love them. I love the idea of them. They are just not something that gets used very often. The next thing that I love the idea of, but I don't use very often on my planner, in my planning, any of that, are these like zipper pouches. So I don't know, I just can't find a good spot to make these work on my planner. I've seen some people put them on the outside of their planner. I've seen other people kind of tuck them inside. But for me, when I tried that, it made it a little bit bulky. And then on the outside, it was kind of like flapping around and it just wasn't super convenient. I know that I've seen other people like put the planner bands on around them so that they stay on. But again, they're just not something that I reach for. I don't feel like, unless I'm going to like a planner meetup or something, that I need to be taking a pouch worth of like pens or washi. So this isn't something that I use. I do love it. I think it's a super great idea. And I know lots of people who do love these and use them, but they're just not, it's not something that I use very often in my planning. Next are these folders. So I feel like these could be super functional, but I have no idea what to put in them. I feel like with the 8x10, so this is the size for the big planner, and then this is the size for the classic. There's also a mini folder, but I feel like for this one, I tried to put like regular paper in here and I end up having to fold it, that kind of thing. And then for this one, I can really only fit like sheets of stickers and like journaling cards, that kind of thing. So like small things if I'm gonna take them with, not necessarily like paper. I guess you could fit like a half sheet in there, but for me, like I would just pop that in my planner. So yeah, I don't use these super often. I like them. I like the idea of them, but I don't know what to put in them other than like stickers and that kind of thing. And I don't typically like take my stickers out on the go. Like I don't usually carry them. Maybe like one sheet of super functional things, but I would rather put down a sticky note and then write it in when I get home rather than like toting around a bunch of stickers. So if you have ideas for what you put in these, I've heard people put receipts, that kind of thing in here as well. So if you use these to put things in, feel free to let me know what you use them for down in the comments below. The next thing that I don't use very often in my planning, especially like in my teacher planning, are these classroom checklists. I know that I can repurpose them and use them for habit trackers and all kinds of things, but for me and like my classroom needs, I track all of my attendance and things on our online system that, you know, that we have for school, so I don't necessarily do that. I have taken these and like kept track of attendance when I've taken students out on a field trip, but yeah, they just aren't something that are like in my regular circulation, so I don't use them a ton, so I end up with like a ton of them because I always want the teacher accessory packs because they have so many cute things that you can't get unless you get the accessory pack. But yeah, I end up with like a ton of these. So yeah, I don't use these super often. I can see that they are super functional. I've seen lots of people use them in really functional ways, but again, for me, I don't use them all the time. The next thing that I don't use very often are the journaling cards. Again, it's another thing that I like the idea of, but I just haven't implemented them into my planner. So I see that there's lots of like functional ways that you can use them, lots of like checklists that you could make, all of that good stuff, but they're just not something that I really reach for when I'm planning. I want to use them more because I feel like they could give me kind of added space or added reminders, goal setting, that kind of thing, habit tracking, whatever I needed, but I just haven't yet. So far those are on my least used list as well. And then the last thing on my least used list are probably these little paper clips. So I love them. I love how cute they are, but really I've only used these to take like Instagram photos. I don't feel like they, for me, are super functional because I take my planner everywhere with me and they tend to kind of pop off, to fall off. If I'm gonna use one in a more functional purpose, I do like these ones. I feel like they stay on a little bit better just because they are like a true paper clip, so they stay on there pretty well. But these ones, I feel like I've only really used in Instagram posts because they're cute. If you have a functional way that you like to use these little paper clips, let me know that down in the comments below. So that is my least used list. So again, this was requested by a viewer and I hope that that answers your question. I can't remember who left that comment. Man, I really do need to up my vitamins or something. Yeah, that's my least used list. If any of you guys have planner items that you love the idea of, or that you have and maybe you don't know how to use, and it's just kind of like hanging out at home, let me know that down in the comments below, and we can maybe all give you like ideas for how we use it, and then maybe it can get used more in your circulation. So if you are new around here, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button down below. And if you are one of my current subscribers, thank you so much for all of your love and support. And if you want to follow me on other social platforms, you can find me over on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I'm pretty active over on Instagram. I like to post like 2 times a day, and I'm pretty active in my stories, so feel free to check me out over there. And then I do try to also post on Twitter and the Facebook page as well. I also have links to some of my Facebook groups that I have, so feel free to check those out as well. And those are all linked on my Instagram page. So thanks again for stopping by. And by the way, you guys, have fun today.